Fuck politics.
I love politics, bro. How dare you? I'm so offended, bro.
Fuck it.
Go ahead, change the topic. Pick something up.
Segue king. I was trying to segue it,
Go
but
ahead, pick anything. Anything.
All right. Damn, what should we talk about next?
You gotta have something on the list. You gotta have like a list.
If I were to fucking read my list out loud right now,
like a big ass Santa Claus list out there.
All right. Let's talk about pathological liars.
Man, I could talk about those motherfuckers all day. First of all, that's one of the things about pathological liars. There's a lot of them. So there's like subsections.
Let's slow down. Before anything.
Yeah.
What do you think about pathological liars? Have you met one?
I've met a lot.
Honestly?
Yeah. My neighbor's actually a pathological liar. You have a conversation with that guy, he lies every 2.5 seconds. He can't help it. He has to lie about something. Most of the time.
See, but that's why I was trying to ask you. There's a lot of different pathological liars.
I find it entertaining because I'm all right. What's he gonna lie about this time? Sometimes I feel insulted. I'm like, you can't believe that I believe that, right?
There's a lot of different pathological liars, though.
That's what I'm saying. There's like subsections.
Bro, I gotta tell a story, bro.
Go for it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the name of the person.
Don't put nobody on blast, man.
Yeah, I won't put nobody on blast, but whatever. This is a story I heard, and it's just so funny because I wish I had a witness here to really describe it with me. It was so fucking funny, but whatever. A person was describing to me what happened to them when they got stopped by the police.
Oh shit.
Dude, this shit had me and 2 other people in tears. Like, so whatever. The person claims they get stopped by the police, right? They're riding in a car. Let's name the person Larry.
Right.
Larry, I don't know.
That's Larry. Yeah.
Actually, let's call him Magic.
Magic
Johnson.
Magic it is.
So my man Magic had said that he got stopped by the cops, and instantly he was on some like, yo, this is all movie shit that he had told me too. This is not cap. My man hopped out of the car through like the other side, like the way the cop was coming, like was to the left side, and he had hopped out the window through the right successfully without the cops seeing him, and then he just started running, right? So whatever. He's running, so I don't remember everything for verbatim, but I remember one significant part, which makes the story funny. So whatever, I believe he tells me he starts running away, He says the cop starts running after him. Then he goes like to some stairs. He goes to like a roof, which is already starting to get crazy. He starts telling me that more cops start coming because I guess the cop sees him running up the ladder or going up the ladder or whatever. He's on the roof now. He's telling me there's like 3 cop cars now. Like the lie keeps getting crazier and crazier. But the funny part, whatever, the crazy part is when the person he had told me like whatever, when he eventually gets caught, because I don't remember everything, and he said that he was so pissed off in the back seat that he took a shit and managed to like put the shit on the windows and just start rubbing it on the windows. This man is handcuffed, but he managed to take a deuce.
That's dedication right there.
He managed to take a deuce at the spot, like just free deuce right there, bomb.
Hard work pays off. And
he managed to smear the deuce all over the window.
He's so descriptive. You're so descriptive saying that this.
And that was the end of the story. Like there was so much more crazy shit before that, but right there when I was like, yo, fam, like. Come on, dog. Like,
that was it.
That was when I was like, yo,
the being at the roof, I can buy that. But
you feel me?
And the shitting all over the cop car.
Pathological liars need to know how to lie, bro. It's like, dude, you had me on the roof, and you're flicking off the cops, and there's like a helicopter.
I've known a lot of pathological liars, man.
And then it's like, why they do that though?
They can't stop.
But it's a sickness?
It's like an addiction, dude.
I'm trying to figure out what's the reasoning though. Like
I mean,
what?
But like,
is there some trauma behind that?
But usually they lie about in like a specific way. Like some of them lie just because they want to be interesting. Other like that story could have been it, or it could have been because he wants to, I don't know, appear like he's a badass or something. Which I don't think that came across that way. It's like, you really did that? You took a shit in a cop car? What's wrong with you?
Like it's just things
what is
like
wrong
that.
with you?
And I've met other ones, and I'm trying to remember off the top like another situation.
But there's others that lie for convenience though.
See, but that's different though.
But that's pathological too. Like a lot of people lie about stuff that's just convenient. Like, you know, the guy that lies a million times, like, I didn't cheat on you, right? I mean, there's whole songs about that, right? Like about doing it repeatedly.
That's not a pathological liar though. My eyes, a pathological liar is somebody who's just like they just keep going and like.
Oh yeah, they'll keep going.
And it's like, bro, like relax. I feel like telling them like, yo, chill out. Like
no, about everything though. About everything. So like if you're
no, but you see, that's not true because there's pathological liars that lie about some things only.
Yeah, I know that. That's what I'm saying though. But like for example, the guy that we were talking about, right?
Yeah.
That guy was telling a story.
Okay.
I don't know what he was trying to come across as, but like I have a neighbor, right?
Okay.
Now the way that my neighbor does it is he's always making it look like he's the shit.
Shout out to your neighbor.
Respect. And he's always making it seem like he's the shit. Right, so he's always and he's an old dude. He's not a he's not a young dude.
See, but explain more.
Basically, like for example, he'll be talking about a lot of it has to do with Cuba, right?
Okay.
Like stories back in the day when he was in Cuba. First of all, he's fat as hell.
Okay.
And I'm thinking to myself like this guy can't like
maybe in his time he was smashing.
No, but I look at him, I'm like this dude's never been in shape. There's no way. I look at him and I'm like this guy was born with a burger in his mouth. Like you could just. It just looks that way. But the point is this. He's making up stuff like, for example, how he, when he was in his youth, right, he was swimming, right?
Okay.
He was at this pool, and they were doing this competition, and he just showed up, you know, because he was the shit. He was mad ripped at the time, you know.
Uh-huh.
And he pulls up, and everyone's there ready to swim, and they're all professionals, by the way. They're all, like, they've been doing this for years. And he doesn't even warm up. He just shows up. And they, you know, everyone knows him because he's the cool guy. They're like, hey, you want to do a quick race? He's like, yeah, I'll do a quick race. And so what happens, they start the race, 3, 2, 1, they go in. He gives them like a couple of seconds before he jumps in the pool.
He checked his time, his
clock. Just to see what's going on. Like, you know, I don't want to abuse these guys, these poor guys. You know, they've been training for so long. After a few seconds, he jumps in, he catches up. He gives them a few seconds to see if they catch up because he already passed them at this point.
Yeah.
And then he wins the race, right? And he'll tell you that like a completely clear face. There's nothing in his conscience.
But that's pretty believable, though.
No, it's not believable when you say that for everything because he's not just good at swimming. He's also a really great intellectual, and he's read every single book, and he knows every single thing, right? He's the expert in everything. Yet this guy cannot make $1 to save his life. And so this is an odd disconnect between the stories you tell and the life that I'm seeing you live. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a certain point where it becomes too obvious. And then the other thing that happens with pathological liars is they end up telling a story that contradicts another story. Right?
Right.
If you tell one story when you were 16 and you were living in Havana, you can't tell another story you were 16 living in Camagüey. If you told me that you lived in Havana for 3 years.
That's happened. So that's happened.
So that's another thing that happens with pathological liars. They
fuck up in their lives.
It becomes insulting after a while. I'm like, motherfucker, you know that I know that that's bullshit. It's a 2-person conversation, and both of us know you're full of shit.
Bro. Oh, man. Yes, I know.
So that's another thing.
Been through that way too much.
But it's not just pathological lying, because do you think that a lot of pathological liars, like, they just talk too much? Do you think that happens as well? Like they talk too much?
A lot of them probably.
You seen that tendency? Because I've seen it. To talk too much. Because I got another neighbor and that motherfucker just doesn't shut the fuck up. Like once you get him going, and he'll call you up sometimes. He'll be like, hey, you. Yeah. And he'll just go up and just keep talking and talking. I'm like, fuck, I got shit to do. And you'll try to get away. and he does some weird, like, fucked up
manipulating skill.
Like to pull you back. It's like, no, but this is really important. Let me tell you about how I woke up at 4 a.m. because I forgot to take my medication. And like, bruh,
Oh my God.
It's like psychological abuse. Like having to live with those two guys. Do you know what I'm going through right now?
How old are they?
They're old.
They're old?
They're old. That's another thing. That guy, the older he's gotten, the more shit he talks. That's an issue.
Oh my God.
It's bad. It's really bad. It's terrible, actually.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I know pathological liars, man. My pops over where my pops live, man, is one of his neighbors and friends is a really pathological liar. We enjoy that. We enjoy that guy's story because he talks about like licking pussy, right? He says it in Spanish. It sounds way smoother in Spanish.
Yeah.
It just sounds nasty in English, like just licking pussy. Like, all right, fine. He talks about licking pussy and he's based. He's like, I fuck a lot of chicks. He doesn't fuck anyone. But, he says he fucks a lot of chicks, so it doesn't matter, right? And then he's telling us this story and he's like, yeah, I was fucking this one chick and she's like a whatever, And he said he licked the pussy and it tasted like iron. I was like, what the fuck? like rusty iron. I was like, what the fuck?
That is no bueno.
And that's just like the type of stories he comes up with.
Oh Lord.
He always comes up with those types of stories, right? And then there's some other chicks who'll be like,
boy.
I fucked her on the roof of the building. I was like, what the fuck are you? Nobody believes that shit. And that's not something to be proud of. I saw her.
Oh shit.
And that's another pathological liar, and that's very entertaining. I'm just saying.
Dude, what's up with Dude, we gotta fix our segues, man. We can't.
Fuck that. Segways are overrated. I swear to God, they are. They are.
You think so?
I think so. I think people have become dependent on segways.
Well, what do you want to talk about then?